Hi everyone, welcome back to the LLG lessons. So welcome back to the Sunday session, and we're keeping these series going. So they've been really popular, they've helped a lot of you out with your game, obviously during this lockdown period, but now we're back in golf. We figure we're going to keep this content coming every Sunday and Wednesday in various forms as well. So we're going to expand the content, reach out to other professionals in the community and bring you some quality content to help your game improving. So I hope you're enjoying the sessions. Welcome to our newest ladies who have joined the LLG community, so welcome to the ladies. And thank you as well for the great response to the remote virtual lesson giveaway. So there's still time to enter as well, so be sure to enter that. I'm going to announce the winners on Wednesday's live session. So virtual lesson, if you want some help with your game, be sure to enter that competition. So tonight's session is all about consistency. So the word I hear probably the most in golf: how can I get more consistent with my game? So I just thought about some key things which I've done at the academy over the years with some women, and what's really worked to help improve their consistency, and in my game as well, what things I think's helped me achieve consistent golf, which fingers crossed I usually do get when I play. So the first thing I'm going to kick off with today is what you do actually just before the golf shot. Okay, now I had a question from Carla Pawson in the forum asking about some mental advice as well. So Carla, this is going to touch on your question as well. So what you do just before the golf shot, and I think having some sort of pre-shot routine is actually really important in golf, and some of them really helped me with my game. So what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to talk you through my routine and why I do the things I do before I hit the shot. But for consistency, I think it's a big thing. So I'm going to come on to that as to why it's so important in a second. But I'm going to talk through exactly what I do in my routine first. So I first of all go through my process, what club I need, assess the slope, the conditions which we did in previous lives, the wind, what club I'm going to use. And then the first thing I do is stand directly behind the golf ball. So if my target here is straight down, I stand directly behind the golf ball, so I've got a direct line from the flag to the golf ball. And as I've suggested with putting in previous lives, I pick out a spot which is just 2 foot in front of the golf ball. Okay, so that's my intermediate alignment spot. Okay. When I move into the ball, I've done this for years, but I push my shoulders back a little bit. So ever since I was playing, sometimes when I'm a bad round, my shoulders might go down, the confidence is down. So in my routine, I stand with my shoulders back for 2 reasons. First of all, to get my posture nice and straight. Second of all, I think it helps with the confidence. If your shoulders back, your chin's up, you're going to hit a better shot. Okay, and also, if your chin's up and shoulders back, you're going to get a better rotation. So that's something I've done just to help. So I've got my spot here, and then I start to move into the shot. I get my stance, first of all, club face first, which is really key, and then I get my feet second. So then I build my stance. So now I'm shoulder width in my stance here. I look at the target, get myself comfortable, and then just before I hit the ball, I have a little bit of a practice swing that goes to here. Okay, the reason being that in my game, on the backswing, I used to get the club face in quite a closed position, so the face was looking down to the ground, which we've done in previous lives with the Sharpie on the club face here. So I used to get the club face very close, so my coach worked on me trying to get the club face more open. So I figured, well, if I'm playing around a golf, I can actually work on this during the shot, so I'm not just on the range. So this is a little thing I do just before I take the full weight, just open the face up. And then again, I look at the target, just a couple more looks. And the last thing I do is just breathe out. That helps to relax the muscles, and then I can go. Okay? So, and my routine is about 23 seconds. Now I say that because it's quite important that you have the same method every time. Now it could be 15 seconds, it could be 18 seconds, but the key thing is here with the routine, you keep it consistent. So if you're in the front room or you're on the range next time, think about what you do before the golf shot. Try and repeat it, and that really helps. Maybe do the breathing, the shoulders back. If these little things work for you, that's great. But this is key for consistency, to do the same thing before every shot. Now, one thing I do get feedback on the golf course is you're on the golf course and there's a tendency to rush people behind you. That's quite off-putting. So my advice would be, you're allowed allotted time to play your shot, up to 50 seconds actually, which is a very long time. So take your 25 seconds, take your 30 seconds, and make sure you hit a quality golf shot, because if you rush it and hit a poor shot, that's going to take you longer than actually just taking your time and hitting a decent golf shot. Okay, so that's some good advice. You get round the course quicker, and your scores are lower as well. So think about your routine and put something together. Okay, we're going to do more work on routines in future weeks, but that's just something to have a go with that. My second tip for consistency tonight is the rhythm of the swing. And this is probably the most simple drill in the world, but I find that golfers are a lot quicker on the golf course than they are on the range. So when they take the setup, we spoke before about this being nice and smooth, but try a little drill on the range where you just count out loud to 3 on your backswing. So set up as normal, and then we should be able to complete your backswing 1, 2, 3. And then 4 should be impact. That's a really good one, just a simple one to see. Now this might feel like a really slow backswing to you, but 1, 2, 3. And that's a good one to get consistency. On the range, even on the golf course, you can count on your head. Just 1, 2, 3, and then hit. Okay? That's a really good one to get consistency. The next drill, the next quick fire drill tonight is, I hear a lot of comments on the golf course or on the range saying I'm lifting my head up. So if you're watching this at home and you're thinking, yeah, I often think I do lift my head up, this is a really big one to go through. First of all, just know that when you feel like you come out of the shot, it's not actually your head that's lifting up, it's your body, or the middle half of your body, your pelvis, which is moving forward, and that causes the body to lift up. Now the spine's too tall. So a good one in golf is to get a little chair. Again, try this at home. Get yourself set up, and just notice how that chair now is just on the back of my trousers here. Now I should be able to complete my backswing still with the back of my trousers touching the chair. And as I come through to impact, you'll see that I'm still very much back here and over the ball. When this pelvis comes forward towards the ball, then that causes this move here. And that's a really good feedback drill at home, just to see, can you keep the back of the trousers on the chair as we turn back and then come through. If you feel yourself leave the chair, then you know you've stood up out of the shot. So again, consistency of strike, that's probably the biggest thing I see people not being consistent. They move the body forward. So again, another little one, if you are guilty of topping it or catching it too thin, try the chair drill and see if that helps your consistency. Okay. And then another one for the golf course, this is very relevant for the golf course. We touched on it a little bit with chipping, but for consistency on the golf course, I think you've got to adapt to awkward lies. Okay. So when the ball's above your feet, what do you do? When it's below your feet, what do you do? So this is a good little drill. If I was to set up normal here, and let's say, if we have a look on the camera here, if we can get a good close look at this. So as I bring the club up, so this will be a ball above my feet now, we can actually see how far the T-peg is aiming left. Okay, so that T-peg's aiming left now, this would be a ball above my feet, this is an awkward line. So whenever the ball's above your feet, we need to do a couple of things, really important for consistency. We need to first of all aim right, okay, to counterbalance that club face, which we said was aiming left. So we've got to really pick out the spot that we're going down the target line, and then we move the whole body to the right, and that will help with the direction. If you hit the ball from a normal setup when it's above your feet, it's going to go left every time. Okay, so that club face, when it rises up here, that T-peg is going so far left, so you've got to move the whole body round to get that nice square, straight hit. The second thing we do in the ball above your feet for consistency, we've got to hold down the shaft, okay? Because the ball now is closer to us. So hold down the shaft and aim right. And aim quite a bit right than you think. It's got to go, if the ball's above me here, I've got to be aiming 10, 20 yards right of target, okay? So for consistency, you've got to adapt to the line. Same applies when it's below your feet. If it's below your feet, it's on the camera here, if it's below, we can see that T-peg's going to go to the right, so we've got to aim left, okay? Because from a ball below the feet, it's going to curve this way. It's going to go left to right. So you've got to really get that body and everything aiming to the left, and then when you swing, the ball will come back. So again, 10, 15 yards to the left. If it's below your feet as well, the ball's further away. So we're going to hold up the club, maximise the length of the club. And then the other thing I say at the academy all the time is when you're coming down to the ball, because it's now below your feet, just make sure you come down from the waist to address the ball. Don't be guilty of getting too much leg bend. So make sure you come down from the waist. Okay? So adapting to awkward lies is critical if you're going to get consistency on the golf course. And then I think the final point here, so we've got the routines, the rhythm, keeping your height, awkward lies. My final tip is just before you hit the shot, clear the mind. Okay, so don't be guilty of having too many thoughts in your head. Once you've done your routine, you've got to the shot, just commit to the shot. So the last thing I do before I pull the trigger is just take a breath out. I look at the target to distract my mind, because I think if you look down here too much, your mind's going to run away with you. So look at the target, deep breath out, and then go for it. And all you've got to do is commit to the shot and get the club right around here till you finish, and don't be not committing and finishing here. So big commit, and then hold that finish. But taking the breath out and clearing the mind really helps with commitment. Okay, so some little tips there on consistency. Give any of them a go. If you feel like one of them could really help you, we're going to do more work on routines and mental work in the future weeks. But they're my top tips on consistency. So hope you enjoyed that session. We're back on Wednesday with another session on pitching and chipping. What are the differences between the two? Massive question we get asked all the time. What's a pitch? What's a chip? How do I use the two different techniques? So hope you enjoyed that session tonight. Thank you again to all the new subscribers, and get entering the virtual lesson before we announce the winners on Wednesday. Thank you very much. Have a great week.